What's up everybody, it's Conesy here. Special shout out to Falker22. 22 times it was Madden's fault. And we're finishing up our award roundup, and we have the AFC today. The Offensive Player of the Year race, led by Joe Mixon of the Bengals, Derrick Henry of the Titans at 2, CJ Anderson of the Broncos at 3, Chad Kelly of the Jaguars at 4, and Jeremy Maclin of the Ravens at 5. For Defensive Player of the Year, we have Eric Berry of the Chiefs at 1, Von Miller of the Broncos at 2, Bud Dupree of the Steelers at 3, Perry Riley Jr. of the Browns at 4, and the Ravens, CJ Mosley at 5. And Offensive Rookie of the Year race, we have Joe Mixon of the Bengals leading the race with Chad Kelly at 2 for the Jaguars, Deshaun Watson of the Texans at 3, Kareem Hunt of the Chiefs at 4, and James Conner of the Steelers at 5. At Defensive Rookie of the Year race, we have Raekwon McMillan of the Dolphins at 1, Donald Payne of the Titans at 2, Myles Garrett of the Browns at 3, Jordan Evans of the Bengals at 4, and Jabril Peppers of the Browns at 5. Best quarterback leading the race, we have Chad Kelly of the Jaguars, followed by Ben Roethlisberger of the Steelers at 2, Joe Flacco of the Ravens at 3, Ryan Tannehill of the Dolphins at 4, Derek Carr of the Raiders at 5. Best running back award, Joe Mixon of the Bengals at 1, Derrick Henry at 2, CJ Anderson at 3, Isaiah Crowell at 4, and Dion Lewis at 5. Best wide receiver award, we have the Ravens, Jeremy Maclin leading the race with Devontae Parker right behind him at 2, Antonio Brown at 3, Tyreek Hill at 4, and Brandon Cooks at 5. The offensive line race, we have Marshall Yanda of the Ravens leading, Joe Thomas right behind him, Donald Penn of the Raiders at 3, Kelechi Osemele of the Raiders at 4, and David DeCastro of the Steelers at 5. For defensive line, we have Carlos Dunlap leading the race, Myles Garrett for the Browns at 2, J.J. Watt of the Texans at 3, Khalil Mack of the Raiders at 4, and Aldon Smith, also of the Raiders, at 5. For the linebacker race, we have Bud Dupree of the Steelers at 1, C.J. Mosley of the Ravens at 2, Perry Riley Jr. of the Browns at 3, Von Miller of the Broncos at 4, and Bruce Irvin of the Raiders at 5. Best defensive back race, we have Eric Berry at the top, Joe Hayden of the Steelers at 2, Eric Weddle of the Ravens at 3, Marcus Peters of the Chiefs at 4, and Jabril Peppers of the Browns at 5. And finally, we have the Best Kicker Award, led by Jason Myers of the Jaguars, Brandon McManus of the Broncos at 2, Graham Gano at 3 for the Texans, Justin Tucker at 4 for the Ravens, and Cairo Santos of the Chiefs at 5. If you liked that video, make sure you like and subscribe to keep up with all the NNFL activity from here on. And if you want to look at the statistics and standings in between videos, check our site out at daddyleagues.com/NNFL. As always, thanks for watching.